creative toolbox. And please welcome the founder of Spot, Rucien Petersen.
Thank you, Guy.
Your hands are full. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Okay, they're coming up to sort me out quickly. Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me now? Perfect. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to chat to you before lunch. Difficult time. I don't know if before lunch is difficult or after lunch. You guys can choose. I hope you are enjoying the sessions, and I hope that you're going to find value in terms of what I'm going to share with you today. Does anybody know when did ChatGPT officially start? Can anybody share with me when did ChatGPT officially start? Year and month. You can take a guess. Sorry, I hear someone here? 2021. Okay, we've got 2021. Anybody else? 2023. 2020, 2018. Who's the closest? Someone said 2021. Okay. Can I get a month in 2022? Can I get a month? Anybody? October? March? Okay. Who's the lady or the gentleman that said October? Okay. I don't know which one you prefer. Maybe I'll give you this one over here. Unfortunately, it's not the right answer. Okay? It's not the right answer. ChatGPT officially started in November 2022. 3 months later, ChatGPT reached 100 million subscribers, January 2023. You mentioned 2023, you were close. Today, as I stand here, ChatGPT has reached 400 million monthly users. What does this show us? This shows us that AI is growing at a fast rate. It shows us that individuals, organizations, businesses are using these various tools to enhance what they are doing. And so for us as business owners, founders here, directors, creators, marketers, it's going to become important for you to try and understand what is happening in the AI space and how you can use various tools to enhance your customer's experience, your client's experience, and ultimately to grow your business and to grow your brands. My name is Rucien Petersen. I am the founder of Spot Media. It's a digital marketing company that supports individuals, small to medium-sized businesses, and we also offer digital marketing workshops for organizations and institutions. I'm part of the Tygerberg chapter. I serve on the committee where we are responsible for the northern suburbs area here in Cape Town, and also a certified coach and trainer qualified by the Combined Skills Group. And then last year, as Guy mentioned, I was part of the Stellenbosch Small Business Academy program, where we were a total of 25 business owners part of that program, and I received the overall Top Achiever Award for 2024. Thank you very much. So let's put things in context in terms of what's happening in the AI space at the moment. 87% of organizations globally do believe that AI gives them a competitive edge. And so if organizations, CEOs believe that, then we as creators here, marketers, entrepreneurs, founders, need to change our mindsets in order to see how can we use AI to gain a competitive edge. So it's all about, why must the customer buy from me? Why must they buy from my business? Why must they use my service? And AI can gain you and give you that competitive edge. I'll share a couple of case studies in a bit. Second stat I want to share with you here is, by the year 2030, in 5 years' time, between 20 and 50 million jobs will be created in the AI space. So this reminds me in the year 2011, when I recently graduated and I was looking for work. I got the opportunity in the insurance industry, heading up a small marketing division. When you were looking for work at that time, there was no work, not that there was no work, there was limited jobs revolving around digital marketing, around social media. Today, you will find hundreds, you are going to find thousands on digital marketing alone, on social media alone. The same is going to happen with AI. You're going to need people to manage the tools. You're going to need people to run the programs. So at the moment in South Africa, we've got a high unemployment rate. We need to try and think, how can we navigate it and use it to our advantage to create jobs for people in the future? Wow, why do I have to stop? Okay, I have to move this side to click it. AI is expected to improve employee productivity by 40%. We already see this happening at the moment. I want to share a case study with you in a bit that speaks to this. The tasks that you are doing that's repetitive, admin tasks that you are doing on a daily basis, there are AI tools, there are programs available to you that you can use that can eliminate that, allows you to be more efficient, to see to that task, so that you can focus on the other important elements of the brand, of the organization, of the business. So it improves your productivity. Up to 60% of companies in India at the moment and organizations are utilizing AI at the moment. Research conducted by Kingsley, they found that India is the top country at the moment. Second is, anybody? Not at the moment. Sorry, the US, they're further down. So we've got India, we've got the United Arab Emirates at 58% of organizations, and thirdly, we've got Singapore. 16 countries were evaluated in terms of the case study. The US is between number 10 and 16, believe it or not. We don't feature on that list, not yet. We'll get there. So let's put things in context in terms of what brands are doing at the moment with AI and how they're implementing it and the benefits that they are seeing. This is a company called BizBike. They are based in Belgium. They've got different locations in and around Germany. And so BizBike specializes in eco-friendly products, which is ultimately creating electrical bikes. And what they found was that when they started, they had an influx of messages and queries through their online channels. They implemented an AI chatbot that allowed them to save 40 hours per month and to reduce the expense rate by 70%. Once again, it allowed employees who were actually focusing on that aspect, and some of you here are probably maybe doing the management side of it, it freed them up to focus on other important elements that requires their attention in the business. So a great example here of how they implemented an AI chatbot to save them time and to save on expenses. Second example, Netflix. So we all know Netflix. Fine example here of how Netflix is using AI at the moment and machine learning to understand what you watch, when you watch it, in which country you're watching it, what time you're watching it, if you're giving a thumbs up, if you're giving it a thumbs down. And so what Netflix is doing is they're using that data because it's information on their customer. And they're able to promote programs, movies, series to your needs and to your preferences. So that is why when you go and you tune in onto Netflix, they'll have the recommendations. What's the latest movies, news that's coming up? That is why you'll receive an email from them. And the email will state there what you watch and what is coming up. A fine example of how they're using AI to understand the customer and to tweak their services to provide personalized products and services to you. Third example, Time Bank. Anybody with Time Bank here? Oh, the lovely lady here in front. And so I recently had a webinar that I conducted, and so one of the attendees in the webinar, she made mention that she's with Time Bank and she opened up an account recently with them. And so Time Bank eliminates all the aspects and elements of you physically having to go into a bank to sign papers and then also to wait for long hours, because when you go to the bank, they don't help you immediately. So what they do is They use AI and machine learning to set up your bank account within a matter of minutes. So they've got a partnership with Home Affairs. And so when you set up your bank account, they use your ID number. They use your ID number and they use your mobile phone. And they are able to set up that account for you. And your card, once you go through the process with them, your card you can collect at any of the Pick and Pay stores. Or where did you collect your card, if I may ask? Oh, you collected it. To make and the services efficient, to make it seamless, to make it quick, to make it fast for customers. And at the moment, they are standing at 650,000 customers that have signed up and are using their services. So it's good to understand what's happening in the industry, but also what are the various tools that's available to you that you can use from an AI perspective. And so some of these tools I'm going to share with you now might speak to you. Some of them you're already using. Some you might maybe have never heard of before. So one of the first tools here is forms.app. Can anybody remember SurveyMonkey? Can you remember? Oh, the lady put your hand right up at the back. Can you remember using SurveyMonkey and what a nightmare it was to create your questions as part of the survey, the questionnaire? And it took forever. You had to edit each sentence that you wanted to create. Forms.app does that for you in minutes. So we've used this tool, and what it does, if you need to create surveys, donation forms, and you need to send that out to a group, whether it's customers, whether you're part of a society, whether you're part of an NGO, and you need feedback, you can prompt this tool. So you register, you prompt it, and you ask it, I would like a survey of 10 questions. I want to include a name, a surname, contact details. I would like my members or my customers to provide me feedback on what their experience was like at the gala event that I hosted or at my recent webinar that I put together. And so what it does is it creates that form in a matter of minutes. It creates a link, and that link, you send it out to your database. And the next couple of days, you can then monitor the responses that you are going to receive from it. What is great about this tool is that it captures all that information, all that data, and it provides you charts. So it highlights certain themes for you. So you can see, okay, these are the topics that perhaps may be standing out. My audience is maybe from a specific location, they're in a specific age group, and it does all of that for you in a matter of minutes. So a fine tool here, an effective tool for you to use if you need to create forms, donation forms, send out surveys. Second tool here is Content Shake AI. So in Content Shake AI focuses on SEO. So if you are in the space where you are not good at SEO, you struggle with that, you're a small business, you're just one entrepreneur, you're battling to create content, this is an effective tool for you to use. You can prompt it and ask it, I would like you to write an article or a blog article on the number one reason why cats need to brush their teeth every single month. And what it will do is it will source the online space and it will create a blog for you that is optimized based on certain keywords. What it will also do is it can break down that content even further into different pieces for social media that you can use as well. Third tool here is Opus Clip. Opus Clip is a tool for video. If you have a 15-minute video, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you can use this tool to chop up that video into 10 different pieces of content for yourself. So instead of having one piece of content, you now sit with 15 different pieces of content in terms of video format. And you can add subtitles to it as well. You can change the text, you can upload a logo to it. And those various video formats you can use for Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts. Great effective tool, which we're also using at the moment. Read.ai or Read, I think you're probably all familiar with this. If you have online meetings, if that is kind of your responsibility, your business, Read is an effective tool to capture all that information. A buddy of mine reached out to me a few weeks ago, and he works for Momentum. And he said, Rucien, I've got a big problem at the moment. I said, Darren, what's your problem? He says, my problem is I need to capture all the minutes in a meeting. That's one of my tasks, one of my responsibilities. Don't you know of something that I can use maybe to be a bit more efficient and to streamline that activity? I said, my friend, read, go use it, go read up on the read, download it, use it, sign up. And he came back to me and he said, this is mind blown. It captures everything in the meeting. It summarizes what your partner said or what the candidate said in the meeting. It summarizes what you said, action points. And once you're done with the meeting and you conclude it, you will receive an email of the highlights of that meeting. And you can always go back. So a client actually did this. We had a meeting last year, and then we went back to what was discussed in that meeting in terms of action points and what we need to do. Gamma is a great tool for websites, to develop websites or presentations. Also tested this on a personal brand, so I did it for myself as a personal brand, to test and to see what the actual end product was. And so if you struggle with websites, and maybe it's not your, it's not a skill that you have, Gamma is a great tool that can set up a website for you in a matter of minutes. I did this literally in one day. I was able to set up a website in one day. You can tweak it with text. You can add images. You can add your logo to it. You can add your social media handles. You can add links to it. The only thing is, from an SEO perspective, in terms of updating it on a regular basis. So the features on that is not available. They're still busy developing the app at the moment. But if you are looking for a simple website, just a one-pager that you can send to someone to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is a great tool for you to use, as well as for presentations. Napkin is the last tool here that I want to share with you. Napkin is, if you are into visuals or diagrams, and you perhaps maybe need to present that to a board, you need to present that to directors, you need to present to your team, you can upload all information into this app, into this tool. And what it does is it streamlines all that information and it provides outputs in terms of visuals for you. So you can use the visuals for those presentations, for those meetings. You can also use it for social media. So if you're on LinkedIn and you perhaps maybe want to be a thought leader in that space, you can use the content from Napkin to streamline and to make it easy for someone to digest the information that you're wanting to share. So that's a couple of tools here that I have for you. But I think one of the most important things and discussions around AI links to this movie, Avengers. So has anybody watched, I always have to ask, because I take a lot of things for granted, and I found that in many sessions, people actually don't relate. Has everybody watched Avengers here? Okay. Has everybody watched it once? Twice? Twice? Five. We've got five. Five times. Anybody six? Six times. We've got seven. Seven. Wow. Eight. Is 8 the highest number? 9? Gentlemen, can you come to the front, please? Yeah. You said you put up your hand, you said 8, right? For the whole series. So you watch all the other movies as well, like 8 times after each other. Quickly. Okay, he's a bit shy. So the thing with Avengers is, thank you very much for your interaction. The thing with Avengers is that when you watch this movie in the beginning, you will see that Captain America connects with Thor, and you've got the Hulk connects with Iron Man, and in the beginning there's always a battle between all of them in the very beginning. And these battles occur because they don't understand each other, perhaps maybe they don't like the other one, perhaps maybe they have their own opinions. But as the movie progresses, you'll see that they start to try and understand each other a little bit more. They try to understand the backgrounds, they try to identify what are their various strengths, what are their various weaknesses, and when it comes to the end, they try to work together in order to save the world. And this is the same for us here at the moment in terms of AI. Sometimes I have conversations with people and they right bang off, they're just negative. I think we first need to take a stand and try to understand it. Take time to understand what's happening in the AI space. Take time to understand the various tools, the various programs, how it works, positives and negatives as well. And then try to see how do you use these various tools to perhaps maybe work on your weaknesses and to complement your strengths. And ultimately, when you do that, you're then able to create more efficient services for your customers, for your clients, and ultimately achieve success for your business, for your brand. I want to thank you for your time this afternoon. Like I said, it's quite a challenging time just before lunch. I hope you found the session valuable. And please, if you do have any questions or comments, please come chat to me afterwards. I'm not going to take any questions now, but happy to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rucien Petersen. As you've been handing out gifts to everybody else, I'd like to hand something to you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, it is